Finally, we have a movie called Green and Gold. It's a family movie, and here's the plot summary. Quote, foreclosure looms over Wisconsin dairy farmer Buck, played by Craig T. Nelson.
And he came here to farm dairy. Sorry. Go on.
Okay, right. With mounting, very, very good, Eric. With mounting debt and
This
the
is a family
land,
show.
his family has cultivated for 4 generations at risk. Buck refuses to give up his legacy without a fight. Buck's granddaughter, played by Madison Lawlor, she works with him. As much as she loves life on the farm and all that open, wide open area with the animals, she wants to pursue a career in music. Lo and behold, there is a famous country musician who has just moved into the area. He's played by Brandon Sklenar, and he might be able to help her with her own country music dreams. Catch is, Buck's farm is almost pretty much under foreclosure because he can't pay the bills, and he ultimately places a big Super Bowl bet with a guy who's going to repossess his land, saying if the Green Bay Packers win the Super Bowl of that year, well, Buck will get to keep the land. If the Green Bay Packers lose that year, then he'll lose the land to that person who is
Well,
threatening to take it over. Yes.
not exactly. If they lose, then they have to pay it off right then or lose. So
Okay.
like if
Right.
they had the money, if they somehow had the
Yeah.
money to buy it, they could have. Spoiler alert, that thing I just added doesn't come into play at all.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But it's functionally the same thing
Right.
that you
Right.
just mentioned.
And really, this movie is a Green Bay Packers tone film because there's a lot of Green Bay Packers stuff is, but ultimately, it's a family movie, Green and Gold family movie, which has its share of. Would you consider it faith based? Not really. It's just a family drama. Eric Holmes, Green and Gold.
Um,
Green and
I
Gold, of
don't
course, it
know
follows
if
the
the
Green Bay.
movie's faith-based, but the characters certainly are.
Yeah. Your thoughts on Green and Gold, Eric?
So after I watched Bronx Tale One Man Show, I was in a mood, but then I saw Drain, so I put in Drain, and I'm like, not can't do this. I
Oh,
need
right.
something. I need something a little more like I need some melodrama in my life. And Green and Gold felt like it would scratch that itch, kind of keep the vibes from Bronx Tale going, and it was exactly the movie I thought it was going to be, and that's a good thing because that's exactly what I wanted. I ordered the fat-free, low-fat cheeseburger, and that's exactly what they gave me. This has a lot of kind of similar feel to Dream in the Wild. I don't think this is as good as Dream in the Wild, but it had that same kind of, what would you call it? Like definitely melodramatic, but kind of you get to
That's
watch
the
it.
same kind. Yeah.
You get to watch the families work together. Although in this one, Buck, he's kind of a curmudgeon.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh, we got to save the farm, but like everything he does is like, well, that's not the way you do it. We'll go this way. I'm like, dude, that's why you're losing your farm to begin with. You need to change things up a bit.
Yep. But it's Craig T. Nelson. We all love Craig T. Nelson. It's good to watch him again
Oh yeah,
in a movie. And Madison Lawlor as the granddaughter Jenny, she is the heart and soul of the film. She does a good job
yeah.
in her performance. She's good. She's believable. Also have to
So
mention, yep.
so real quick, so this is like the Green Bay's season. I'm
Hmm.
not a big football guy, but I
I'm a
think
big I'm
Green
a
Bay's
big football guy.
season. I believe Green Bay's season is accurate. This can't be based on a true story because
It's
there's a
yeah,
country star that she meets, and I don't think
right.
that person exists in real life.
Well, it said at the beginning of the movie, I think you're halfway right. It's inspired by a true story. And yeah, it's inspired by a true story. So I
Okay.
think the story about betting the farm literally for the Green Bay Packers to win Super
Yeah.
Bowl, I think it's possibly the premise, but maybe all the other events are different flavors to it.
I will also say I'm not really a Green Bay fan, but
Mm,
I don't think that I don't think that
matters.
helped or
Yeah.
hurt. Like if you like hate, hate, the Green Bay Packers, which I don't. I just don't like, I don't follow them, so I don't care one way or another. Maybe if you absolutely hate the Green Bay Packers, you could have an issue with this. If that's your barrier to entry, grow up.
We also have to mention it's one of the last roles of M. Emmett Walsh, a great character actor. I'm sure if you don't know the names, you've seen
Yes.
M. Emmett Walsh in so many different type of movies. I'm gonna mention a couple of them right now.
I'll look real quick. I think no,
Knives Out.
this is his last movie.
Okay. So he was in Knives Out. Let me look at other movies that you might remember. Knives Out. There is also he had a
Yeah. Blood Simple,
yes, he was in Blood Simple, The Odd Life of Timothy Green. Let me look at some more stuff.
Albino Alligator, Time to Kill,
Yeah, so
Free Willy 2, The Adventure Home.
Snow Dogs. He was in Snow Dogs. But MM, when you mentioned MM at Walsh, rest in peace. He is considered just a great character actor. So it's great to see him in this, and he has a good role in this, and he's believable. I liked watching Craig T. Nelson. The only thing I didn't really glom onto was the country music part. Look, I mean, if it's part of the true story, it's part of the true story. I liked her voice. I liked the country music in this, but that subplot was, I mean, I was more focused in on the main losing the farm
I
story,
get
but
that, but I think the whole point that's in there is
add color.
whether not just add color, but kind of show her dynamic with the farm.
Fair. That's fair.
She's there, she's at the farm because it's her grandparents. She has to be there. That's not what she wants to do with her life. And then so when she's the one trying to get things together to save the farm, and then Buck's like pushing against her, it's basically her, look, I don't want to do this. I'm doing this for you. And so if you're not going to take my help, just F off. I'm
Right.
going to go do this thing now. Because if you're not going to help yourself, why am I even going to bother? Because the only reason I'm here, I want to do this other thing. Not only do I want to do this other thing, I have an opportunity to make that successful. But instead, I'm wasting my time with you, and you don't even want to, you don't even want to take the help when given. So it adds that bit of frustration and conflict to the family dynamic.
We also, right, I agree. We also have to mention that this is a movie that, like Eric said, it's a cheeseburger. If you're ordering a cheeseburger, you're going to get a cheeseburger. That said, the third act or the final moments in this movie, it really goes. I mean this in the best way. It goes overboard
Yeah.
on the sentimentality and the
There's
schmaltz.
0% chance that actually happened, but in the context of a movie like this, it's like,
It
I'm
works.
buying it. I'll buy it. I don't
Okay, yeah.
care. This is exactly what I came for.
You got to go for the ride. And if you have any inkling of loving being part of a family or what a family can do to one's soul, you're going to be locked into the final moments of this really interesting movie, Green and Gold. I had my complaints, but overall, I thought it was a very solid family drama and with a really knockout, cool ending. I'm giving it 3.5 stars, Green and Gold.
Yeah. I'll give this one 4 stars. This one's not quite, again, it's not quite as good as Dreamin' Wild. Although maybe you watch this one and Dreamin' Wild back to back. Definitely watch Bronx One Man Show and then go right into this because it was just like the perfect segue into this.
Yes.
Again, I'll probably go back after your review. I'll probably go back and watch Drain, but like I was not ready for Drain after Bronx Tale. I was absolutely ready for Green and Gold.
But Green and Gold, yeah, it's a movie that both of us pretty much recommend. 4 stars
Yeah.
from Eric Holmes, 3.5 stars from me. In theaters,
You know who would like this movie?
not Bruce.
No.
Yes. Who? Angie
I,
Clark.
exactly. Yeah, I can see Bruce hating this, or who knows? Maybe he'll take it for what it is. Angie, you're listening. Hey, how's it going? Haven't talked to you in a while. You will love this movie. This movie's like right up your alley.
Yes. Well, tell us what you think of Green and Gold in theaters Friday, January 31st. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.